Okay, for this next tutorial, I'm going to undo those last two changes. So week 11 we did video editing. So I'm going to show you how to use, let's see, we'll use the zebra for this. How to use multiple parts of the same clip. So I'm just going to grab my zebra clip and make it its own sequence by dragging it onto the new item button. So this is its own, wrong clip. Sorry about that. Still early in the morning. Alright, so I've got my zebra clip. There's two ways I could use multiple parts of this clip. I could, if I'm already in the timeline and I want to be lazy, let's just say I want from the tail sticking straight up like that. So I'm going to use my magnifying glass tool, zoom in. I'm going to use my razor tool now. I'm going to cut here. It's cutting both the audio and video layers. So I'm going to stop here just so you can see what visually is going to happen. I don't want this beginning part, so I've got my selection tool. I delete it, and I'm going to ripple delete here by right-clicking in the gap. So I want that part of the clip. I'm going to do it with the tail sticking straight out again. I'm going to use my razor tool. I'm going to stop with it behind the zebra. Now I don't want this middle part. So this is the first clip I want. Don't want this part. I'm going to ripple delete here. I'm going to zoom in a bit just to make it easier on myself to see a bit better. And then I'm going to wait for the tail to get to about the... Oh, this is interesting. Alright, so I'm going to start here. I don't want this part, so I'm just hitting the backspace key. I'm going to stop there with the tail sticking straight out. My selection arrow. And we'll delete the rest of this just for time and efficiency. So I got 3 different cuts from one clip. I'm going to hit my space bar to play it. That's one way of doing it. You see how the different cuts were all made from the same shot. Or I could do it, I'm going to delete this. I could do it up here in my source monitor. Let's say I want the part of the, right here. I'm going to mark my in point. And I'll stop right there. So I mark my out point. Grab my clip from the window. And we've got just that much. I'm going to zoom out. Hit the space bar. There you go. That's the first part of it. So now I'm going to mark from here, right before the tail moves. I'm going to mark a new in point, wait for the foot to stomp down, mark a new out point, drag that part right behind it, and then I'm going to wait for the foot to stomp down, mark a new in point, and I'll wait for the tail to go down, mark a new out point, again drag from the source monitor. So now I've got multiple clips from the same sequence done differently. There's my different cuts right there. And you can see I got 3 different cuts from the same clip. That's doing it in the source monitor, and I showed you how to do it with the razor tool.